They rarely show the long airport lines, the heavy luggage, the strange hotel beds, or the way your body feels after sitting for hours. And almost nobody talks about the hidden dangers that start to matter a lot more once you're over 72. If you're in your 70s or beyond, or you love someone who is, you might be thinking about taking a trip this summer, a family reunion, a cruise, a bucket list destination, or just a simple visit to see the grandkids. Part of you may feel excited. But another part of you might feel nervous and quietly ask, can my body handle this? What if something goes wrong far from home? You are not alone in that worry. Many seniors think travel is just a little harder as they age, without realizing that certain risks, blood clots, infections, falls, confusion in new places, medication mix-ups, and more, actually increase after 72. It's not about being weak or fearful. It's about understanding that your body plays by slightly different rules now, and travel doesn't always respect those rules. What's interesting is that most of these dangers are not dramatic movie-style emergencies. They're small, often ignored problems that build up quietly: a long layover without moving, a missed pill, a different time zone, a strange bathroom layout. Until suddenly, you're in real trouble in a place that doesn't know you. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 little-known dangers of traveling after 72 that every senior needs to know before this summer, especially if you're planning flights, cruises, road trips, or bus tours. By the end of this video, you'll understand what these dangers are, why they matter more after 72, and what practical steps you can take to protect yourself so you can enjoy your trip instead of just surviving it. And stay with me until the very end, because the 6th danger we'll talk about is one most older adults never consider, yet it can quietly turn a dream vacation into one of the most stressful experiences of your later life. Now, let's get started. Number 1, long stretches of sitting that quietly raise your risk of blood clots. One of the biggest hidden dangers for seniors over 72 isn't the plane itself, it's the hours of sitting still that often come with travel. Long flights, car rides, bus tours, and even cruise transfers can mean your legs are bent and barely moving for far longer than your body is comfortable with. When you sit too long, especially with your knees bent and your feet down, blood can pool in the veins of your legs. For some older adults, especially those with circulation problems, heart issues, or a history of clots, that pooled blood can form a deep vein thrombosis, a clot in a leg vein. If part of that clot breaks off and travels to your lungs, it can become a serious, life-threatening emergency. You might think, but I feel fine when I sit. That's exactly what makes this danger so sneaky. You may not notice anything until your leg is swollen and painful hours or days later. Or you might suddenly feel short of breath or chest pain in the middle of your trip, far from your usual doctors. Think about Eleanor, 74. She took a long overnight flight to visit family overseas. She was excited and didn't want to bother anyone, so she stayed in her seat almost the entire time, only getting up once to use the bathroom. When she got to her destination, she was tired but happy. A day later, her calf became sore and swollen. She assumed it was a pulled muscle from walking more than usual. When the pain worsened and she felt short of breath, her family rushed her to the hospital. Doctors told her she had a blood clot that had partially traveled to her lungs. Eleanor didn't do anything wrong. She did what most people do when they travel. But after 72, your body may need more movement breaks than you're used to. Even small actions can help: flexing your ankles, circling your feet, standing up and walking the aisle when it's safe, or stopping the car every hour or two to walk for a few minutes. You can also talk with your doctor before a big trip, especially if you have risk factors, like past clots, certain heart conditions, or recent surgery. They may suggest compression stockings or other strategies tailored to your health. Ask yourself, when I picture my next trip, am I really planning for regular movement, or do I imagine just toughing it out in my seat until I arrive? Number 2, medication mix-ups and time zone confusion. Another quiet danger of traveling after 72 comes from something you rely on every day: your medications. At home, you might have a routine that feels automatic: morning pills in the kitchen, evening ones by the bed. You know which bottle is which, where everything is stored, and what time you usually take them. Travel scrambles all of that. Different time zones, early flights, airport security, packed schedules, and unfamiliar hotel rooms can easily lead to missed doses, double doses, or pills taken at the wrong time. For some medications, especially for the heart, blood pressure, blood thinners, diabetes, or memory, this can be risky. Imagine Robert, 78, who takes several medications twice a day. At home, he has a pill organizer and a simple rhythm: breakfast and dinner. On vacation, his daughter booked a very early flight. In the rush of getting to the airport, he forgot his morning dose. Later, after crossing time zones and checking into the hotel, he took his pills, only to realize, hours later, he'd accidentally taken the evening set as well because the labels confused him. He didn't feel well. His blood pressure dropped too low. The family spent the first day of their trip trying to find urgent care in a city they didn't know. It doesn't have to be this way. With a little planning, your medication routine can travel with you more safely. Use a labeled pill organizer for the whole trip, not loose bottles scattered in a bag. Keep your medicines in your carry-on, never in checked luggage. Bring a written list of all your medications, names, doses, and times, plus your doctor's contact information. If crossing time zones, ask your doctor or pharmacist before the trip how to adjust your schedule. Many seniors underestimate how easy it is to get confused when you're tired, in a strange place, and out of your normal routine. It's not about intelligence, it's about the brain being overloaded. Ask yourself, if I had to take all my medications on a busy travel day tomorrow, would I be 100% sure what to take and when, or am I depending on habit and hope more than a clear plan? If you're still listening, comment the number 2 below so we know you're here. And if these conversations matter to you, consider subscribing. Your support helps us keep creating videos like this for older adults and their families. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, falls in unfamiliar places, especially bathrooms and stairs. At home, you know every inch of your space. You can walk to the bathroom in the dark. You know how high your bed is, where the rugs are, and how to grab the railing on your stairs. When you travel, all of that changes at once. Hotel rooms, rental homes, cruise ship cabins, and relatives' guest rooms often have different bed heights, slippery floors, loose rugs, clutter, low lighting, and unfamiliar bathroom layouts. For someone over 72, especially with weaker balance, arthritis, or vision problems, that combination can be dangerous. Think of Marion, 79. She was thrilled to stay with her daughter for a week. The guest room was cozy, but the bed was higher than her own, the path to the bathroom had a small step, and the bathroom floor was smooth tile with no grab bars. One night, she got up half asleep to use the bathroom. On her way back, in the dim light, she misjudged the step and fell, hitting her hip. The trip turned into an emergency room visit and a fracture that changed her independence. Nobody meant any harm. But the risk was real. Travel often involves more walking, more stairs, and just a few more steps than you're used to. Museums, airports, uneven sidewalks, curbs, and ship decks can all challenge your balance and strength. There are simple ways to lower this risk. When you arrive somewhere new, scan the room with falls in mind. Is there a rug you could trip on? Is the path to the bathroom clear? Is there enough light at night? Use night lights or keep a small light on so you're not walking in the dark. If possible, ask for a room on a lower floor or one with a walk-in shower and grab bars. Don't be ashamed to use a cane or walker if it helps you feel steady in unfamiliar spaces. This is about safety, not pride. Ask yourself, do I treat every new place I stay in like my safe home, or do I need to start looking at hotel rooms and relatives' houses with fall prevention eyes before I settle in? Number 4, dehydration, heat, and hidden infections that sneak up on you. Travel can quietly dehydrate you, especially in summer or warm climates. Airplane cabins are dry. You may drink less to avoid using the bathroom. Long days in the sun, walking tours, or just waiting in lines under the heat can slowly drain your body of the fluids it needs to regulate temperature, blood pressure, and kidney function. For younger people, this might mean feeling tired or thirsty. For older adults over 72, dehydration can lead to dizziness, confusion, low blood pressure, constipation, and increased risk of urinary tract infections and kidney problems. Add in unfamiliar food, change schedules, and sometimes fewer bathroom breaks, and your body may be struggling more than you realize. Take Harold, 83, who went on a cruise with his friends. He was having such a good time that he barely drank water, choosing coffee in the morning and wine at night. The weather was warm, and he spent hours walking around the ship and on shore excursions. On the third day, he suddenly felt weak and lightheaded. He became confused and had trouble standing. The ship's medical staff told him he was dehydrated and likely developing a urinary infection. He spent the rest of the cruise resting in his cabin instead of enjoying the trip. There are also germs your body isn't used to, in airports, public bathrooms, crowded buses, and new environments. Respiratory infections, stomach bugs, and urinary tract infections. Love situations where you're tired, off your routine, and around lots of people. You can't avoid all germs, but you can lower your risk. Drink water regularly, even if you don't feel very thirsty. Slow, steady sips add up. Be mindful of caffeine and alcohol, which can dehydrate you. Wash your hands often or carry hand sanitizer. Use the bathroom when you need to. Holding it for long periods can irritate your bladder. Pay attention to early signs of infection: burning when you urinate, unusual confusion, fever, or a sudden change in how you feel. Ask yourself, when I picture my trip, do I see myself taking care of my body's basic needs, water, rest, bathroom breaks, or am I imagining pushing through every day like I'm still 30? Number 5. Mental overload, confusion, and travel brain that can lead to bad decisions. Travel doesn't just stress your body, it stresses your brain. New environments, crowds, noise, signs in unfamiliar languages, rapid schedule changes, and time zone shifts can all create a kind of mental overload, especially after 72. You may be perfectly sharp at home, but on a trip you might find yourself forgetting where your room is, misplacing your passport, wallet, or phone, getting turned around in an airport or station, struggling to follow fast instructions from staff, feeling more anxious or irritable than usual. For some seniors, especially those with even mild memory or thinking changes, this overload can lead to poor decisions, wandering, or vulnerability to scams and theft. It can also trigger temporary confusion or delirium, particularly if you're also sleep deprived, dehydrated, or sick. Consider Betty, 79. At home, she was organized and independent. On vacation, she felt overwhelmed by a crowded foreign airport. Her travel group moved quickly, announcements were hard to hear, and signs were different. In the confusion, she followed the wrong crowd and ended up in a different terminal. She didn't have a working phone, didn't know how to ask for help, and began to panic. Eventually, airport staff helped her find her group, but the experience shook her for the rest of the trip. To reduce mental overload while traveling, slow down the pace of your itinerary, plan fewer activities, with more rest built in. Travel with a buddy when possible, someone who knows you and can help navigate. Keep your important items, passport, ID, money, meds, in a secure, consistent place, and don't move them around. Write down your hotel name, room number, and key contacts on a card you keep with you. If you feel overwhelmed, step aside to a quiet spot for a few minutes, breathe, and reset before making decisions. Ask yourself, have I been honest with myself about how stressful new places and fast-paced travel can be on my mind, or am I expecting my brain to handle chaos the way it did decades ago? Number 6. Being unprepared for a medical problem far from home. This final danger is one many seniors never think about until it's too late. What happens if you get seriously sick or hurt while you're away? At home, you know exactly what to do. You know which hospital you prefer, who your doctor is, who to call, and what insurance you have. On a trip, especially in another state or country, things can be very different. Your insurance may not work the same way. Your usual doctor isn't nearby. You may not speak the language. You might not have your medical records easily available. Imagine Carl, 76, who had chest pain on a trip abroad. His family rushed him to the nearest hospital, but no one knew his medical history, his medications, his allergies, or what tests he'd had recently. His daughter tried to remember everything, but in the stress of the moment, details were fuzzy. The hospital did what they could, but the entire situation felt confusing and frightening. Contrast that with Denise, 73, who also had health concerns but prepared before traveling. She brought a printed summary of her medical history, medications, and allergies, with her doctor's contact information. Checked what her insurance covered while traveling and whether she needed travel insurance. Kept a list of local hospitals or clinics near her destination. Shared her plans and health information with the person she was traveling with, so they wouldn't have to guess in an emergency. When she developed breathing problems on a trip, her friend handed the medical summary to the clinic staff. They knew instantly what medicines she was on and what conditions she had. That simple preparation made everything smoother. You can't prevent every problem, but you can be far less vulnerable by planning ahead. Talk with your doctor before the trip, especially if you have major health issues. Carry a one-page medical summary and a list of medications. Understand how your insurance works away from home, and consider travel insurance if appropriate. Make sure someone you travel with, or someone at home, knows where your documents are and how to speak up for you if you can. Ask yourself, if I needed urgent care while traveling, would I be walking into that situation prepared, or would I be hoping everything works out without any plan at all? These 6 hidden dangers: long sitting and clots, medication mix-ups, falls in unfamiliar places, dehydration and infections, mental overload, and being unprepared for medical problems far from home, don't mean you should never travel after 72. They mean that travel requires a different kind of wisdom now. With awareness and planning, you can reduce these risks and give yourself a better chance of having the kind of trip you truly want, one where you feel safe, respected, and able to enjoy the moments you worked so many years to experience. Final thoughts. We've talked about 6 unknown dangers of traveling after 72 that most ads and brochures never mention. Long stretches of sitting that quietly raise your risk of blood clots, medication mix-ups and time zone confusion, falls in unfamiliar places, especially bathrooms and stairs, dehydration, heat, and hidden infections that sneak up on you, mental overload and confusion that can lead to bad decisions, being unprepared for a medical problem far from home. If some of these made you nervous, that's completely understandable. Travel is supposed to be enjoyable, and the last thing you want is to imagine worst-case scenarios. But knowing these dangers isn't about scaring you out of traveling. It's about giving you the wisdom and tools to travel more safely and confidently with the body and mind you have now. The truth is, many seniors travel every year and have wonderful experiences. The difference between a trip that goes smoothly and one that turns into a nightmare often comes down to planning, pacing, and honesty. Planning for movement instead of long, frozen stretches in your seat, planning your medications instead of assuming you'll figure it out on the day, checking rooms and walkways for fall risks instead of assuming they're safe, drinking water and resting instead of pushing through every minute, allowing your brain time to adjust instead of forcing it through chaos, preparing for medical issues instead of hoping they won't happen. You may not be able to control everything that happens on the road, in the air, or at sea. But you can stack the odds in your favor. You can be the person who travels with a plan, who respects their limits, and who comes home with memories, not injuries. So ask yourself, which of these 6 dangers is most likely to affect me on my next trip? Is it the sitting? The meds? The falls? The heat? The confusion? The lack of a medical plan? Then ask, what is one simple step I can take before my next journey to protect myself in that area? Maybe it's talking with your doctor, buying a pill organizer, booking aisle seats so you can walk more, packing a refillable water bottle, using a cane in unfamiliar places, or printing a 1-page medical summary to keep in your bag. Thank you for joining us today and for caring enough about your safety to think ahead before you travel. In the comments below, share one danger from this video that you hadn't thought about before, and one thing you plan to do differently on your next trip because of it. Your ideas and experiences might help another senior stay safer on their journey this summer. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member who's planning to travel after 72. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire older adults and their families. Thank you for watching. Travel wisely, take good care of yourself on the road, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.